Welcome back to Ace Attorney Anime Review Episode 15. Yeah, I haven't done an episode of this in like a month. Reason? Because the episode recording that I'm talking about here, I thought this would come out like the week after episode 12, the 12th episode of the season, which actually was the 36th episode of the series. I kind of thought it would come out for that one, but nope, it didn't. Oh no, it didn't. It had to wait like 3 weeks. We waited just this week in order to release. I actually missed it. I didn't know it was released until I looked at it yesterday. Like, oh, it's been released. Okay, fine. Yeah, this is an episode that's exactly about 1 hour long. It's basically a 48-minute episode. Yeah, by far the longest episode of this entire series so far. I don't really know what caused Funimation to actually not release this episode a week after the previous one. I don't know why. It just seems so bizarre the fact they wait 3 weeks until the very next episode comes out. It's one of the most bizarre things I've seen. This episode is an adaptation of the first case of the third game of the series, where it's set 5 years before the events of the series itself, where Phoenix is roughly about 19 at this point, and as for Mia, she's supposed to be 22, and yet the actual person who is the main villain of this episode keeps referred to as an old hag. I don't know why, but that's basically the way it is. Yeah, and Phoenix is not the center focus of this episode. Not really, no. It's all about Mia Fey, voiced in this dub by Colleen Clickenbeard, which is probably the most amount of talking that she's ever done for an entire episode. Yeah, she basically drives this entire episode. Yeah. So the case is this. Phoenix is accused of murdering a friend of his named Doug Sello. How was he killed? Electrocution. Lucky enough they don't show the actual murder itself, and the viewers anyway watching this like, no, in fact, yeah, he'll be declared innocent because he's practicing law in present day. Of course, this episode also explains the reason why he became an attorney, what convinced him to become an attorney in the first place in this series. So, and it's also a connection to a case that happened 8 months prior. And connection to a Diego something. What's his name? Let me look him up here. Diego Amardalo. Yeah. And those of you curious who the heck this guy is, it's Godot. He doesn't speak in this episode. You see him roughly twice. Once in a flashback, in this flashback episode, the other pretty much toward the very end of the episode. You don't see his face, mind you, but it is him. Yep. How can I tell it's him? His skin color and his facial hair, because they show like one side of his cheek, so I kind of know it's him. Yeah. So, and this I thought was really, really weird for this particular series. Okay, apparently, the one who actually committed both the attempted poisoning of this particular attorney and the murder in this episode. Yeah, apparently she decided to wear the same exact outfit, even carrying an umbrella, which even I thought was a little weird. Phoenix, of course, spends most of the episode covered up with a surgical mask because he suffered from a cold. Makes perfect sense for him to do that. Also, he's wearing this weird sweater named Ryu, which is shown in the ending credits that apparently his girlfriend did, and her name is Dahlia Hawthorne. Yes, this is her debut in the series. In the anime, of course, she debuted in the third game. Yeah, and pretty much Mia kind of acts like Phoenix, trying to find desperate ways to convict the actual right person, get her client legally off the hook. And of course, they have the Rookie Crusher guy. Yeah, this particular guy. He popped up in the opening episode of the season. He popped up in the first episode of the series. This is roughly his third appearance in the series. Oh yeah, and apparently 5 years prior, the judge has always seen in the series is also in flashback. As for him looking exactly the same as his present day, I'm not all that surprised. Because sometimes people who basically look like the way they do 5 years past generally kind of do look the same. Somewhat. Yeah, this is nothing unusual that they would do this. For me, the only thing that changed about her in flashback is the fact that she's wearing a completely different attire. What looks like her jacket that her business look that she wears, will look like it's a zip up thing, and she looks like she's not wearing a shirt underneath. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Unlike in present day, where it looks like she does wear a shirt. This one, nope, doesn't wear a shirt at all. So basically, under her jacket is basically her bra. Yeah. And it's a little bit shorter. Her skirt's a little bit shorter than it is in present day. Okay. Yeah, and she's still wearing her yellow scarf and her pendant because she's from a spirit medium family. Though she's not shown to be a spirit medium per se, but she's from the same family. Hmm? Yeah. And also, I gotta ask, why in the world does Dally keep calling her old hag? She's only 22 at this point because when she died, she was 27. Because they say this takes place 5 years for present day, that makes her 22, not 23. It makes they show when they had her death in the second case of the series that she was revealed to be 27 when she died. So that means she's roughly at this point 22, and they say she's a rookie attorney. Okay, a rookie attorney. All right. And apparently this is actually her second case because she was so traumatized by her first case, she didn't take another case again for like a year. And then she's able to get through this case pretty much normally. In some way, she kind of acts like Phoenix. Yeah. But she doesn't do much of the pointy thing that much. And she does the whole objection thing that Phoenix is known for doing at least once this whole episode, where it has like little cartoonish sound effect thing for objection. Though for some reason when she's basically going to the frontal force of basically from the prosecutor, she has to basically turn around, which I thought that was a little weird. Yeah. Oh, spoiler alert, I should have revealed though who actually was the one responsible for this. It was Dahlia. Yeah, and how they convinced her to when she decided to confess of what she did, it looked like she turned into a demon. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, why doesn't anybody have a shocked look on their face of how this woman is confessing? It seems like everybody has got no reaction to the fact that she's acting different and she has a different voice. I mean, what is your problem, people? Heck, I was shocked when I saw this. I'm like, sweet Jesus, she's talking like a freaking demon, and yet nobody had a reaction to this. I mean, nobody. Also, here's the thing. Mia's mentor, who actually made his debut in episode 2 of the series, during the actual second official case of the series, when Phoenix was investigating the death of Mia, and they show this guy up, and this is basically in the flashback, and he doesn't look that much different than he does in the present day. I mean, wearing the same suit. He looks pretty much the same fit-wise, so not much difference here, except he's just still experienced attorney. Mm-hmm. Yeah, though Phoenix doesn't actually meet him until after Mia dies. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh yeah, and the Rookie Crusher, yeah, he was wearing a wig. He was wearing a toupee to make him think he was Michael Jackson. He wore this little poofy hair thing. It looks like a mini afro. Why in the world would he wear that thing in a courtroom? It makes no sense at all. Excuse me. Oh yeah, and despite the fact she actually killed Doug Swallow, her intended victim was Phoenix. Why? Because she wanted the pendant back that she gave him. A pendant that contained poison until he started drinking. So, nope, there was no poison at all. Yeah, and it turns out she's got the poison actually in his cold medicine. As for when he got the cold, the episode never revealed it. Yeah, this overall was actually a really good episode. Interesting though, they had this thing air for a full hour, as opposed to 23 minutes. If they air this normally, they probably would air this as a two-parter. But I guess an hour-long episode was fine, because we're roughly 13 episodes into the season, and my guess is this season probably will last 24 episodes. I'm looking forward to the next episode, which has Phoenix and Maya, well, Pearl, looking for a seashell. That's gonna be interesting. hmm Yeah, not much else to say. Good episode. And Colin Clickbeard had work cut out for her. Yeah, it's almost like that for this episode. She probably had to do a lot of preparation for this episode because this is probably the most work she's actually done for at least for one single episode for this series. Here's the thing, because she's doing several other series aside from this one. She's doing Fairy Tail. She's doing One Piece. Oh yeah, she's also doing My Hero Academia, but that's not currently airing right now. Roughly, it's 2 series she's doing right now aside from this one, and that's just Fairy Tail and One Piece. She is still kind of working on My Hero Academia, but the season's not airing right now, so it's taking a break. Yeah, not much else to say. Good episode. Okay, I was thinking of doing another video today, but I kind of figured out why not save for tomorrow because I've got really no videos really planned for tomorrow. And the only video I'm planning to do tomorrow is review the newest chapter of the Boruto manga. Yep, but until you see the next review, bye.